One Piece red. I'm going to draw the poster, or one of the posters. Got Shanks in the background, Luffy in the front. Let's just get going. Pencil and eraser, hit pause if I go too fast, right? Sketch it out lightly, try to have fun. I'm going to start with Luffy at the front here, right? I'm going to start with his eyebrow, so we're down here in this corner, okay? So let's go. So we're going to start with, well, we're in profile. We can start with the nose, I think, yeah. So we got, for the nose, just down here right in the corner, we'll go curve it out first, through pointy, and bring it back in, like that. We're going to add a nostril here, right? So you got this kind of letter L or upside down 7. That's the way I always sort of describe it. And at the top, this will like kick out again. So you've got this Z sort of shape, right? If you know where the brow is, you know where his eyebrow is. So the eyebrow just across from that brow area, just here. And then the eyebrow will tick up, and in one piece, they're kind of just lines, basically. This is a manga drawing for this poster, actually. And we could have like some extra sort of frown lines and stuff there. And Luffy's eyes in the manga, pretty easy, right? It's just like a circle. Touches his eyebrow there and comes back around the other side. And then you leave a gap and just kind of at the bottom eyelid, just there. So he's kind of looking up to the right, okay? So we've got this sort of iris kind of just here at the top of his eye. Like so. If you want, you can color the eye black, or you can do the gray serious eyes and give him a pupil. So it's kind of optional what you want to do. You could color the whole thing black or do gray eyes. Changes depending on the style of animation they do. So his top lip curves out a little bit here, and then it goes back in. And then his mouth comes around, right? So it's like a big sort of hooked sort of line, right? It goes the whole way around. Like that, or like a big hook. And then this comes around to his bottom lip, which comes out there. And then we have teeth on the inside. Like that. Draw the teeth line sort of in here. Can be a bumpy line because teeth are bumpy. And then we add some gums on top. Just there. And maybe one on the bottom. There's some extra lines for teeth just in here. I think we should be able to see like one of his eyelashes sticking off. Is that right? Kind of the other side of his eye. Chin. So bottom lip sticks out a little bit from the chin, just there. And then the chin comes out around like so. Then we go up for his jaw around that mouth. Jaw then, so we're kind of like in line with top of his eye here, right? And then you change direction. It goes up the side of his head, and you'll have a black sideburn there. So this sideburn becomes his ear, curves around like so, and then lines inside his ear. Just for the cartilage and ligaments and things. Lots of different ways of doing this. Right, and then the rest of his fringe just comes around, simple sort of spikes. Like so. And then we have like curved line there for his like start of his forehead, and then more spikes coming down here. And this will eventually go into his hat, right, which is kind of here. And the hair at the back from behind the ear, just some spiking sort of stuff, and then line for where the hat and the hair join together. So we do the brim of his hat now, so it just comes along here, a bumping sort of line, real big, comes down like so. And then the back of that, the underneath, just here. And then it comes around the top. And of course, texture on the straw hat. So his hand is at the front and it goes off the page, right? So we have the round part of the hat. You could draw the whole thing or stop it where you want to start your hand, right? So like say I want to start my hand here, but imagine like it keeps going, you know, down all the way to there. Say, I'm just leaving a gap because it's easier for me. And then this goes this way. It might be easier for some people to draw the whole hand and then, or the whole hat, sorry, and then erase the lines, but it's easier for me to just leave a gap. And then lines here. And then he's got, you know, texture lines on that hat of his. Right, so then we might as well do those fingers, right? So he's kind of lightly grabbing the hat, right? Just putting it on, placing it on his head, right? So we got like his index finger up here, a curved line, which curves out this way. Now in fingers, you have 3 sections, right? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, 2 knuckles there and 1 knuckle where it joins the hand, right? So you have 3 knuckles all together in your fingers. So you do the tip of the finger and then you kind of curve it up to a knuckle, down and up to the next knuckle, and then down and up to the final knuckle, right? So curving lines. Some people like to do them straight, you know, one piece, sometimes they do them straight. But, you know, we got options. There's lots of ways of doing hands. So that's the first finger, right? Next finger, kind of out from here, longer. It's his middle finger, so beside the index is longer. So you have the curved section. And this will go, so we go 1, 2, 3, right? So we'll go 1. Give it 1 actually. 2, and then a knuckle here, 3. And then curved lines for the bottom of his finger there. Like that. And then the next finger, there's a bit of a gap, so you go his ring finger here. And we go 1, 2, 3. And then if you want sort of a knuckle line here. And then the bottom of this finger, 1, 2, 3. Quite long fingers in one piece. And then his little finger, 1, 2, and then this just joins the bottom of his hand, which will go off down this way. And then we can give him fingernails. So like stuff just on like that. And sometimes he has knuckle lines everywhere there's a knuckle. And we should see a little bit of the hat inside there and some more sort of texture just around like so. And his thumb is in under here, so you can just see like the back of it, just there. Right, so not too bad as hands go. So we'll go down and sort of do his neck and his clothing and stuff. So in like One Piece Red, they've got all this leather sort of costume, right? We got like his neck that comes this way. You got a white t-shirt that comes down here. Kind of goes down and up here. And then he's got this big leather collar, right, that comes across just the bottom of his hair and down this way off the page. It's kind of like his Wano costume. You could have a neck muscle there, just some hatching. And then we'll have, so like his neck muscle should go down and maybe like a collarbone just going that way. Collarbone going up here. Right, so then this collar comes back in, around, up and down to another spike here. Just goes off down that way. And then this will have an edge line. Like so. And this has an edge as well. We seem to have like metal studs, kind of like punk rock sort of stuff going on here. Like that, and like maybe some fold lines and things. And some fold lines going this way as well. So the other collar on the other side comes down this way. It like sits on his shoulder here, coming around from his neck. And then it'll go around his arm. There. And then it kind of comes out from behind his nose, down. And this sort of area here, this part sticks up. Goes back down and up, and then down to here. Then it meets a sort of an edge area. And we got another edge here. Down around to there. Like his shoulder goes back into there somewhere. Right, so then his white sleeve is sort of here. This will have all fold lines and things on it. Like just for his arm, going this way out towards his elbow, which is off the page, not in view. But the arm, sort of long, skinny sort of arm going that way. So then just shoulder on this side, so it goes back like so, and then we'll bring it down, and it meets another sort of like a leather cape line going this way, and then we have metal studs. There they may have like some lines around them, some fold lines and things there. And then some lines going down for the rest of his leather cape, just going off the page. Like so. And some more folds down here. Right, so that's Luffy. So Shanks, right, is up here. Top left of our page, right? Quite his head is bigger. It's kind of more of a close-up, right? So we'll start with his nose over this side. It's just above Luffy's shoulder, just here, right? So we do this sort of letter L or upside down 7. Not as pointy as Luffy's. And then we got a nostril there somewhere. And then we turn it into sort of a Z for the brow. And then his forehead will go up this way to there. Okay, so kind of like lightning. And if you know where his brow is, you know where his eyebrow is. So eyebrow is here. And then it just ticks up this way. Right? And we will add a section that we can color. Like so. And then some frown lines and things inside here. So eye then just underneath the eyebrow. So we got a diagonal line. He's looking off to the left. And then the top of his eyelid going here. He's kind of slender eyes compared to Luffy. You can thicken it up a little bit if you want. But it's not too thick in the image I'm drawing from. Just a slight bit. And then bottom eyelid comes down to there. Looking off to the left, so we got this ellipse for his iris. And then an ellipse or a skinny sort of circle for his pupil. Eyelid line, just here. Maybe another. And then some sort of frown lines just on his nose. And we got those scars that come down his eye, right? So we just add those here, just going down towards his eyebrow. 3 of them. And underneath the eyebrow as well, so going down towards his eye here. And then out from his cheek. Like so. All right, move down now and do his mouth and his chin. So top lip sticks out. His mouth is closed, unlike Luffy's, so these two come together, right? So goes to there. Kind of like that nose shape again. See, it's like a 7. And then this will go out, back in. And it kind of forms this letter M. And in the middle of that M, you'll have where his mouth is. Goes back that way. And he doesn't have a line for his bottom lip, but I will draw one in. I think he needs one. Just there. Then his chin sort of sticks out here. Quite a pointy chin. And then comes around. And up for his jaw. That way. So the jaw is sort of nose level, where it changes direction and goes up towards his ear. So he has a beard. It's a light beard, like it's sort of just all these single hairs that come down this way and along his chin as well. Kind of like that. And his hair kind of covers his ear a little bit, so we'll go up and do just his hairline up here first. And we just have all these zigzag kind of lines. And then we have his fringe that will come down across his eye and his scars here. And we go back up. Down like so. Lots of different ways of doing this now. Hair moves, never stays stationary, so this is just part of his fringe that seems to cover his ear a little bit. And then this will go all the way back up and around to the front. And you can add as much sort of texture to that as you want. And then the fringe on the other side kind of sticks out this way. It's real long. And we go back in behind his nose. And again, texture if you want. We should see his eyelash actually just a little bit like we see Luffy's, so like it's just an eyelash kind of sticking out sort of here somewhere. Right, so then that ear, it's quite big, right? So behind, it just lines up with kind of the top of the eyebrow, and then back down. It goes behind his cape eventually, but we'll just draw it in here. It lines up kind of with the bottom of the nose, going horizontally. So like the ear kind of, this is the sort of space you want it in. Sort of eyebrow to bottom of the nose sort of area, if you're horizontal. And then ear line. Again, every artist does ear lines differently. Like so. Right, so he's got a cape that comes across, like a collar of a cape that comes across his ear and his jaw just here. So we'll draw that in before we get the rest of the hair, because the hair goes in behind it. So it's always useful to draw things that are in front, you know. So this is like in front, and Shanks character, and everything else is kind of in behind it. So in case in point, his neck. And then there is no neck muscle line, but I think it needs it. And then his hair. So this will probably go up off my page. If you have more room, you just bring it around the back. Mine will just kind of disappear up here, because that's the way it is in the poster. So that'll go out and around top of my page. So like some people mightn't be able to fit this exactly onto their page. So a useful thing to do, right, if you're an artist, I'll just say this before I move on, and you find your drawing doesn't fit, you can always cut your page to fit the drawing, or you can tape paper up here, right, and keep drawing. So that's what a lot of artists do. You know, if they find, oh, I don't like that composition, what they'll do is they'll tape a page on top, add more to it, and then using a light box or just tracing paper will like redraw the drawing. So it's just that there's always options if you run out of room or you don't have enough space. You know, don't limit yourself. You know, if you go, oh, I have no room and I can't go on, you can. Just tape a page, tape paper. If it's too small, cut the paper. Lots of things you can do, right? So anyway, keep going around to here. And we'll just add some more sort of hairlines, kind of texture and stuff inside here. Like so, okay, and then this comes over here. There's collar on the other side. And there's actually clouds in the background. I wasn't going to draw them, but I'm going to draw them now because I think of time. So just these sort of bumping kind of. Cartoon kind of clouds. some out from Shanks's head. Yeah, there's more down here as well. Like so, right. But I think that'll do. That's how to draw Shanks and Luffy from the One Piece Red poster. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.